Well, welcome everyone. And Kitty, meow. Making the rounds. What is up, single ladies and gentlemen? There's no ladies in here. Who am I kidding? But I brought, just in case there are, I brought chocolates. So you guys can't get any, just for me and the ladies. Oh, a nice big Toblerone. No, you'd need a Sawzall to cut the segments of that. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Is that me or you?
That's me because I didn't want to get any feedback. Or as we call it in the Go Game Go channel, Toblerone.
Toblerone. Oh, well, I hope everybody has a Toblerone or a Toblerones. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's see what's happening. Ted, how is it going? Patrick Smith, how are you? Christopher, good to see you. Good to see you. I love this. My wife won't let me take dates anywhere. She's weird like that. Yeah, I know, right? Boy.
Yeah.
Kurt Bradshaw, how you doing?
Hey, Kurt.
Yeah, I think we all did. I definitely got a little ASTROSMASHED for the Super Bowl. It was quite fun. Luckily, it's at my cousin's literally up the street. So, yeah, it was fun. It was real fun. We were playing games after, and I actually was playing my I brought NFL football, Super Pro football, and then I brought my flashback. We were playing, basically ended up playing the flashback. We were doing a lot of poker and blackjack and Super Pro football, which I actually won this year. The only reason is because my cousin had to leave. But we started playing, and I finally got a touchdown on him because he usually just destroys me. I'm terrible. And I got a touchdown, and then they're like, "We got to go. It's the snow's getting bad." I was like, "Does this mean I win this year because you left?" Anyways, I think it does.
Why not?
Live in the moment. How you doing, man? Long live the Amico. Yes, there's a lot of toxic stuff on YouTube right now, but the only way I could say it, and we'll talk more on Wednesday, is when you know that how good the company is and how in the people that work for it are great. If you take the equation of YouTube completely out of it and go to what's happening in real life, I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
Can the flamingo be your Valentine? Well, as a matter of fact, it can. Because I don't want it. Anyways. So we had Papa Pete, you had a Homebrew Awards ceremony.
Yeah, well, actually, it was. It was the Intellivision community really with their 2021 Intellivision Homebrew Awards. I was just lucky enough to be asked to host it, so it was a lot of. It was quite an honor to be able to do it. It was all organized by Carlos Madruga. They did it on. It was live on my YouTube channel, but we broadcast it also through or linked it to the main Intellivision forum on Atari Age. So it was great. It went over really well. People enjoyed it, and the winners are well deserved.
Yeah, and we will go over the winners in a couple minutes because Pete still got the list. But you guys should check out the ceremony too. It's pretty awesome, and they use the Intellivision song, which is one of my favorites. Partner had the Shadow pinball fix. Oh, what a great pinball machine too! That is awesome. And I am not conflicted about Stafford winning. I was hoping he would, man, because the Lions aren't doing crap. I could care less. I mean, when they start doing something like, what has it been since 1957, 55, something like that, they haven't done crap. So I really do not care. But good for him. I'm glad Stafford won that. He deserved it 100%.
Have they ever been in a Super Bowl, Chuck? I was thinking they have not.
No, they did playoffs. I think when Utley was paralyzed, which is weird because it gave that year. I think it was 90.
I was going to say
93 or 94, something like that. They all had the patch. They made it to the playoffs, and of course they choked.
That was post Barry Sanders, correct? Just post.
Ooh, that was that was pre Barry Sanders.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Barry Sanders was like in the later 90s. Because I actually met him.
I remember Sanders coming in though, like having football cards, rookie card of his and stuff in like 92.
Oh, he might have been in there for a bit, but I mean, he didn't hit big. Well, at least that I remember. I'm trying to think. I think it was like around 97 or
Okay.
98 that I actually went out to a bar, and me and my buddy was like, dude, that's Barry Sanders right there. You know, I remember he was like big at that point. This was right before I moved out to California, which was 99. But yeah, no, that was they seem to get these like big players, but it doesn't help if the rest of the team doesn't care or is not coached or whatever it may be. You know, they switched coaches. They hated this. They hated that. I just think they just need a complete revamp. I just don't think I don't know.
It's so strange because that's the only team in Detroit that hasn't had the opportunity to be at the top. I mean, the Red Wings have done it. You know, ups and downs. They're not high now, but they're not terrible. It would be entertaining to go watch them in a given moment. They're not like going for the basement. Right. They're actually they're the next team for a playoff spot, but there's quite a gap there. But then you get the Pistons had some great runs. The Tigers have had various great runs.
Yeah.
And it's really just the Lions that haven't done anything.
Oh, yeah. Joined NFL in 1989, retired in 98. Okay, so it was probably 96, 90, 97 that I probably met him around that time. I would think. Live in the Moment says, DJC, are you talking about the Mattel handheld football? Still one of my favorites. Oh, yeah, I was talking about that on the football episode. And there's a cat butt for you. If that doesn't put an asterisk on everything. No, that's funny. No, the handheld football, man. I remember people having that in like school going, man, this is the greatest thing ever. And it was nothing but red dots. Really, that's all it was. But it worked. It definitely worked. I have a pickup that I recently got because I never got. I had one of these, but I lost. I have no clue where it is. And it's funny because I was talking to Tommy the other day, and he's like, "Do you have one of those 10s?" And I was like, "Wait, it's somewhere." And I don't. I lost it, or it got whatever. I don't know what happened to it. So I decided to go on a binge spree on eBay and I'm going to collect everything that Intellivision put out as far as like secondary merchandise. And this is my first pickup, and it is the Intellivision 15-game system with 2 controllers. But it's weird because these screenshots look really, really strange. Like they have a game called Space Gunner Long Drive Golf. The hockey looks really strange. It's a vertical.
I'm listening.
Then it's got like Space Armada, Buzz Bombers, Sharks. Baseball even looks weird. It's like, I mean, you can't really see it, but they just have some weird screenshots. And if I remember, just like the number 10 one, the plug and play was really, it wasn't. Yeah. Oh, so you got the sync. That's the 25, right?
I don't know. I found it over the
single one. I think the single one is the 25.
It is a mess. I know that.
But but a lot of them they were, which is weird, is I believe they ran off an NES chip.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the programming did not let you do the graphics correctly, and it sounded and looked weird. And but anyways, so this is my first start, but I got like 4 more of these coming.
Nice.
And then I found this thing on eBay for like next to nothing. It was like $3. And I was like, what is this? And it says,
I watched your video and I was wondering what it was myself.
So I shouldn't say I figured it out. I should say that my subs figured it out. So that says Intellivision. My camera sucks. Intellivision Sea Battle. Right. And you can see that it has like a little backlit LCD that has like clouds and then waves from the ocean there. And then I looked at the bottom, and it's like a cartridge.
Okay.
And I was like, because I thought it was just like a little like LCD game, and so I go, yeah, that thing takes probably 4 AAAs, I think. I couldn't get mine. Oh, doubles.
I don't know where I even got this. There's batteries in it.
Yeah.
And there is no corrosion. Sorry.
So I found out I think it was Benny in my comments, and then and someone else said it too. We're like, it's called a Techno Source, and it was a little docking system. You played these little like almost Tiger Electronic style games in.
Yeah.
And it came with 2 controllers, and 3 games. And docked in it was Sea Battle, and then it had Hover Force, and then Black Belt Karate, which was
Oh wow,
just released for their handhelds. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, so I ended up finding the system still in the plastic, like completely unopened. So with the 3 games. So now, well, I have this as an extra, but now I'll have all 3. I'm probably going to keep it sealed. I mean, I don't think I'll really open it up. And then I got another. I have so many things coming in. I mean, they're fairly cheap to collect, so I didn't really spend a ton of money. And I also have a pickup for my 125, and I'll have to wait till next week. It should come in. Yeah, it's going to come in probably, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. So next Monday, I will show you on another edition of my 125, which is really cool.
March 2014, they expired. So,
ooh,
luckily there was no corrosion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had it's funny,
grime and grit on that thing.
Well, I remember when those came out, I was disappointed when I got the number 10 one. I was like, oh, this doesn't look right, or something didn't look. But I love the fact that it was branded as Intellivision, And
while we're chatting, I'll do some cleaning.
Do some cleaning. But anyways, yeah. So the Coleco handheld was the Colecos. I had I still have it someplace. I really need to open up some boxes. I have so much stuff in Tupperware boxes or bins. From when I moved almost about 10 years ago. But I had the Coleco Pac-Man machine, the tabletop one. And that was, it was such a it didn't have a volume knob, so it was my mom, I remember going, "Will you turn that off?" Or she constantly go, "Turn that volume down." I'm like, "It doesn't have a volume knob." Then stop playing it. It's so and such in the morning. I'm like playing it either early morning or late at night in my bedroom, and it's just like just like so loud. It's one of my favorite things, though. It really was. Lance Jennings, what's happening?
Hey, Lance.
Good to see you. Very good to see you. Oh, that's what I forgot to do I did tweet out the Astro Smash. Yeah, I did. Okay. I was like, because last week I forgot to tweet it out that we were going live.
Last week we went up late too. We didn't start till quarter after.
Yeah, we had a good turnout though. The replay was real good. It was good views too.
That's good.
But I'm sure everyone is out on their dates with their girlfriends and or wives.
Not all are as negligent as like I am with my wife. Although I will say that I did pretty good because it's quite cold here. It's minus 13 right now. It's windy. 13, that's Celsius, so it's around 8, 7, 6 Fahrenheit.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're about like 10 or 15 degrees here.
Probably. Okay, well, that's not much different. It's cold and it's windy and it's snowing. And I took her vehicle and I filled up with gas and I brought her home a Shamrock Shake. So I'm golden for today.
Oh, that's right. They got Shamrock Shake season. Oh, it's so bad for me, but I'm going to have to go get one.
Well, I had my one and I'll be good for the year.
Right.
Really.
I love that. It's something about it. It's like a minty, it just tastes like a Shamrock Shake is what it tastes like.
Oh, yeah.
Their own flavor, Scallywag, how you doing? How you doing, man?
So we're cleaning this puppy right up here.
So what was my other? I was thinking of this, and this is I always throw these ideas out here, or whatever. So they're saying they're doing they're supposed to be doing some Magic games. What about a suit? Or I'm sorry, no. I know why I posted that on there. So we're thinking about different homebrew games, and what homebrew games could they redo or make maybe a super pro version of like existing games, kind of like they did Shark 2 and Slapshot and stuff like that. How about a super pro microsurgeon?
Yes, that's right. I was going to say somebody's just talking about that, and that was you the other night during the ceremony. We were talking about that, wasn't it, or somewhere?
Yeah, I was like, dude, if you could add on the rest of the body, you could have more organs go into the kidneys, go all the way to the tips of the toes. You could add on to it. I mean, could you imagine getting the rest of that whole body in there? Or having multiple patients, it wouldn't just be the same body every time, get a guy and a girl in there, different insides. there'd be so many cool things you could do. I meant like, on the organs on the inside. I was definitely in different things, but
what are you doing there?
Or we could have special
ovarian cysts.
No, but I thought that would be kind of neat because Microsurgeon was always one of those great, like really great looking games. I really enjoy that. Live in the Moment says, Super Pro hot dog eating.
Probably could make that somehow.
Shamrock Shakes are back. Oh, here we go. Super Pro Sea Battle, 1 player versus Intellivision. Really? That would be cool.
Lance and I are always thinking the same thing. We talk about that quite a bit, some of the 2-player games. Here he is out in LA, and I'm on the exact opposite coast. He's at the very southwest, and I'm at the very northeast. But love to be able to just sit down and play a game of Sea Battle or baseball or any of those games, to be able to do it online. That's what we're always sort of hoping for, right? As being old collectors. So, maybe some other way. Who knows?
A Super Pro PowerPoint. Super Pro Microsoft Paint. Oh my God, man! I forgot how great that football game really is. Playing it yesterday, like that was a good fun. I mean, that was one of the original games made for the entire. I think it was one of the first, wasn't it?
NFL football was like
78,
5th or 6th. It wasn't in the top 4, but it was in the top 10, I believe.
Yeah, what was the do we know what the very first one was ever made?
The very first game ever made was baseball, but it wasn't the first one released. But it was made by Dave Rolfe right along with the oh my God, the BIOS there, oh my God, I can't think of the name of it. The operating system that the Intellivision has. It's Lance, you know what it's called? Tell me what it's called, buddy. EEPROM. No, it's the EROM. It's a special name for it. But anyway, David Rolfe made baseball with it, and then baseball actually got released 4th or 5th. Snafu, Space Battle, Armor Battle. But the released numbers are actually on the Blue Sky Rangers webpage if you go and look. And I use that page a lot for the research for the 125.
That's where I got one of my 125 games from, the Blue Sky Rangers eBay store.
There you go.
House MD Super Microsurgeon. Super Pro biplanes with a 1-player.
That would be awesome.
Would be really cool.
I have company that's going to solve my charcoal problem.
Oh, there you go. Coco.
She wants in the basket.
In the basket.
There she is.
You could do Microsurgeon in a point of view 2.5D style. That would be neat. You kind of fly over the person.
Yeah. What an incredible concept that game was, though. Microsurgeon.
Yeah, it was so cool.
What's it called? The Incredible Journey is the name of the movie or whatever. Hey, Nick.
Remember there was Inner Space was another one.
Inner Space was another one. Yes. Yeah.
And they were flying inside. What's up, Nick? He does not sure how you feel. It's Valentine's Day. Apparently there was a massacre, but we won't get on that.
One of my favorite horror movies, My Bloody Valentine.
Oh man. Oh, I was talking to someone about the Jackie Vernon and the Microwave Massacre.
Oh wow!
Right, I was like, oh my God, there's a movie we all need to watch, because we were talking about sitting down and watching old school or really bad like horror movies or just bad movies. I was like, no. I was like, I got the best one for you. You know Jackie Vernon, like the voice of Frosty the Snowman, and they're like, yeah. I go, but he's a serial killer and a cannibal. And he eats his wife. And they're like, what? I was like, I just saw like a trailer. It was amazing.
Unbelievable. You saw how crimey that was before? Look at that baby now.
Oh, yeah. I bet it smells like citrus, too. Homebrew, like, online multiplayer, something I'm looking into. If a Pi can be used to build a cartridge-based Wi-Fi adapter. Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that would be neat. Talk about a new way to play, right? I can still think of plays, and I haven't played it in 30. Oh, maybe I missed something. I have a television plug-and-play. First and second edition has 10 different games for each handheld.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you. The exec program.
Oh, the exact. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Fantastic Voyage. Raquel Welsh, highly recommended.
Right. Fantastic Voyage. Yep.
Oh my goodness. So we wanted to kind of recap, and I know you're kind of cleaning up right now.
No, that's fine. It's all sitting right here. Let's do it.
Yeah, so the Homebrew Awards, if you didn't see it, and you should still check it out on the channel, but we figured we recap them because we were mentioning them here for a couple weeks. And
sure.
So we got the winners of this would be the 2021 Homebrew Awards for the original classic Intellivision. And
there were 27 different homebrew games made for the Intellivision, the original Intellivision in 2021, which were made and released in 2021, which is actually an incredible number if you think about it being a 40-year-old system, right? It's just incredible. So there were 6 categories. First one, best graphics. And actually, of all 6 categories, we had, I'll go through it really quick. We had 2 winners in 3 categories. Each of those winners won 3 categories. Yes. Best graphics, best sound and music, and Game of the Year Digital were all won by The Sorrow of Gadlan Thur by Kai Magazine. Oscar Kenneth Albero, programmer out of Spain, which I did not realize they were out of Spain. I heard from them the next day, and they wish they could have been there, but it was like 4 o'clock in the morning when it was going on, right? So, but that was great. They were really thrilled with the support that they received. And you're waiting on the physical copy of that, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm holding out for the physical. of Sorrow of Gadlan Thur. Thur.
Thur. It's Gadlan.
But I did vote for I think I voted for one of the I can't remember which categories what I saw visually because obviously I haven't played it.
Yes.
But I just thought the graphics looked amazing on that game.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. And then it won for, you said graphics too, right?
It won for best graphics and it won for best sound and music, and then won Game of the Year Digital. And you want to be careful if you go to look at it on YouTube. Go to Atari Age, find the post, which is actually up near the top because a lot of people are still chatting about it. There's a link to an Intellivision gameplay video of the Sorrow of Gadlan Thur there. If it's unlisted, the video is unlisted. If you go onto YouTube and search for it, you'll get the MSX version, which is not the same version. It looks even better. But that being said, the Intellivision version looks amazing and sounds amazing. So I just would don't be, because I wouldn't want somebody to see that MSX version and think, oh wow, it's amazing, and then get something that isn't quite as good but still amazing. Right. I mean, you want to see the right one, and the only way you can get there is through Atari Age. So
Lance says, do you guys have the Intellivision handheld series 2 that was black? He doesn't. Apparently it has Deadly Disc without the recognizer from Tron. They used another shape to get around licensing issues. It's one of the ones I have on order. I have them all on order. I literally I went through it because they were fairly cheap. Some of them were a little bit more than others, but I went through and bought them all. So I have every handheld. And then the only ones I'm going to start missing now is which I already got a couple of those too, are the ones that are almost like a Tiger Electronic one. It's like, it looks like a controller with a screen built into it. And they had pinball, auto racing, black belt, football, and Space Armada. And I've gotten on order right now. I think it's black belt and auto racing I ordered.
Okay.
But I'll have to get like a peg hook for those because they look sweet in the package. They really look nice. I mean, I'm sure they play like any LCD game would play, but anyways, I had to answer your question. I'm getting the black one that has that Tron thing on it, so I'll have to do a video on it. That'd be cool.
So next big winner for the 2021 Intellivision Homebrew Awards was also won 3 categories: best port, best packaging, so box, manual, and overlays, and then finally the Game of the Year physical. Pull it out, Chuck. Intellivision from Intellivision Revolution by Matthew Keel. Absolutely fantastic game. I have a copy of it here behind me too. Oh, it's something else.
It's beautiful artwork. Like the box is like, if everything was like that, oh my goodness.
And I'm telling you right now, okay, these are gatefold boxes, okay? the next wave that comes out may not be gatefold. There are more coming out. They're not available from Intellivision Revolution right now, but they definitely will be. Rev has absolutely positively confirmed that, but they may very well be flip top boxes. Okay. The artwork should be the same. It's going to be amazing. I do love the gatefold boxes.
Oh, me too. I'm a sucker for those. Yeah, I like those a lot.
But I'm also hoping to get a digital copy of that, because I'm more than happy to leave my physical copy right alone and play it on my flashback if I can. Right now, that's not an option. As for the Sword of God Lanthur, if anybody's looking for that, you have to go to the Kai magazine webpage and you can order it. And I think it's $17.99, so 18 euros, not dollars. So it's going to be a little bit more. Actually, isn't the US dollar and the euro not too far apart, Chuck?
Yeah, it seems to be. It seems to be almost the same in a way, or pretty close, within a couple cents or so. I don't know. It seems like if it's 20 euros, it's $20 in the US. So or something close to it.
Yeah, I was looking at it the other day and I didn't get it. I think that I will, because I'm sort of along with you. I would rather wait and get the I'd rather get the physical copy, but I don't know that I'll ever get the physical copy because I didn't pre-order it like you did. So I may be right out of luck on that. But I'm going to break down and buy it. It's very difficult sometimes to read the conversion rates or the because I'm not all that familiar with euros, but of course, everything on the Intellivision collector site is Canadian dollars. So you're actually saving about 20-25%. If you buy it from the States. So there's 16 Canadian. It's probably going to cost you 12 to 13 American.
Well, it was funny when I was doing an order with Luke, I was like, oh, I want this, and I went through it, and he's like, don't worry, this is all Canadian dollars, because it was way more than, and then when it converted over, I was like, oh, okay, well, now it's not as bad, but I was still willing to pay it. I was like, oh, no, I need to get these, which I need to actually do another visit there and see what else he's got for, there's a couple more. I want to kind of finish the rest of my Magics and get those going, and then move into getting the Coleco ones that I need. And then after that, obviously there's some big ones. I also need Masters of the Universe. I need to find if I can find just a decent Masters of the Universe, I'd be happy.
It's difficult, It says that's one of the most, I have heard several times saying that was one of the most heavily sold games for the Intellivision from that era, like close to 1 million copies. Wow. I don't see it, because I just don't see it around enough for it to be that prominent.
Yeah, 10 USD, about 15 Canadian right now.
Yeah, not that bad, but it's getting there. It all depends on where you go for your conversion, for your exchange rates. It was 26% the other day, 26 to 27 officially. But
I remember going. This was the 80s or it was the 90s. It's definitely the 90s. And I went across and I brought money, and then we stopped at wherever it was, a bank or wherever you convert when we get, because we have family in Canada, and so we just turn our money and be like, oh my god, we got more money than, but obviously we're spending it there, so it's gonna be the same. But but it was like, oh man, I got a few more dollars for my whatever I turned in to convert it. So it was always, I always thought it was cool,
Yeah, for sure, it is. And so the thing is you could walk into the store with $100 American and walk out with 130 Canadian, and probably 125 Canadian, and you can turn around and walk right back in and give them back the 125 Canadian. You'd only get 93 American, because there's always that buffer in there that they make profit.
That's when you just got to spend it all. That's we always try to spend everything. We'd end up with like a $5 or a couple loonies or something, but we didn't have, we'd try to spend everything before coming back over. But then we'd be like, oh, you'd always take it back over next time,
Oh, that's right. At
that point, that's before all this stuff, the crap happened. But we'd go over there usually every couple years, or they'd be over here, so it'd be back and forth. Been a couple years now.
Yeah.
But anyways, Intellivision deserved that. That was really awesome.
There were so many great games this year too that ended up. Those were the cream of the crop, with bar none. They totally deserve it. But there are games like Heli was an absolutely amazing game.
See, I haven't got that one yet, and I need to get that. I really do need to get that.
I've only got the digital. I don't have the physical, and I don't know that Rev is making more of them, but I like to see it. It's not on his list of having more coming.
Yeah, so it's now you just got to find one in the wild, pretty much.
Yes.
Intellivision He-Man Masters of the Universe in nice condition, complete with comic book, is tough to find. Like a magic trucking with the U.S. map.
Yeah.
Carolyn says, I love your cat. More cats. He's got a lot of cats, and they're always doing funny things in the videos. I love it. And they're here every Monday.
That's right. Coco's pretty relaxed here right now. She's keeled over here.
George Game says, living in Taiwan, I converted $10 to 300 NTD. Whatever. What is NTD? I'm not too smart on that stuff, but it must have been a lot to take 10 US and wherever that was. Canadian Game says 10 USD is 12.73 right now. USD. I go over to the US once in a while, over to New York. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm Detroit, so we're literally like, I think I'm 25 minutes from the Canada. I literally just hop in the Windsor Tunnel or go over the bridge. Well, right now there's the caravan stopping that, but
yeah, no, it's all cleared out.
Oh, did it clear out now?
Oh yeah, it's all cleared out. I'm about a 15-minute walk. So
right. So I'm assuming you can't put a new game on an old Intellivision cartridge then? No, that's kind of what they do. Well, at least they use the shells. I don't know how the insides work on that though.
I'm not even going to try to let on that I really understand when they get talking about it, but I'll suffice it to say this. I know in the old NES games, you could get a new EEP ROM and you could load a game onto it. You could swap them out on the boards out of old NES games, right? I don't think you can do that with an Intellivision, because I know what the big thing with Intellivision homebrews right now is a shortage of boards, and there's proprietary boards out there that will run these higher capacity games, like the modern day games, like something like Sorrow of Gadlan Thur is probably 30, 40, 50 times bigger than the programming was for a game like Sea Battle. So the old boards couldn't even handle that. So there's a new type of board that will work, but they're very proprietary and they're only created by certain people. Some are called JLP boards. I do know that, which is one of the most advanced, and not everybody can program them. There's encryption that's being held very tightly by individuals, and that keeps it, when that individual isn't doing it, it keeps them from being made. And that's our problem right at the moment.
Yeah. Because I'm still waiting on the physical of the Sorrow game.
Take what I said with a grain of salt, like just
right.
But that's the gist.
Right. Lance says, what was the first Intellivision homebrew you added your collection? For him, it was Electronight's Defender of the Crown, a classic game for the Commodore Amiga. I still need to get that one. My first one, shoot. Well, it has to either be first one I ever purchased, I think, was Ms. Pac-Man from Intelligent Vision. I always followed them, and then that one I kind of just got first, where I should have got Christmas Carol and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I remember being able to seeing Fortress on eBay for like $100. I wish I would have got it back then. It's more now. I mean, it's one of the first. And then I got Space Cant. That was I think my second, because I thought it was funny. And then I think it was Sydney, might have been Sydney Hunter, and then Lost Caves of Croz, Go Sub, and then we get into the kind of the last few years, which is like Hover Bover, Tail Dragons and Swords, Hotel Bunny, Jaw Crusher, BC's Quest for Tires, Oregon Bound, and I recently got Zombie Madness, and then of course the Blue Sky Rangers ones. But that's what I want to get next. I think I want to try when I can. I mean,
I don't know if my first ones were the Blue Sky Rangers ones, or if it was also like Lance Defender of the Crown, because I didn't start collecting homebrews so recently either. You started long before I did. BC Quest for Tires. I wish I had that. That's neat. And I'd seen the old ones before too, but
yeah,
just didn't dive in like we have recently, right?
Yeah, I think I think that's Intellivision Revolution too that did that.
CollectorVision.
I could be wrong.
Was it CollectorVision on BC Tires? BC Quest for Tires?
Sierra Online.
That's weird. It is on their website still. BC Quest for Tires is on CollectorVision website.
Okay.
But it's sold out, obviously. It's not.
Yeah. And I never even played it. I never even opened it or played it. I just kept it.
I remember playing that back on the old Commodore 64 way back in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where they got the idea from it. Oops. Sorry, chat. One more quarter. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Snestastic.
Hey, Snestastic.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, this is good. He can actually watch a show that's on not long after midnight for him.
Yeah, the ASTROSMASHED gameplay. Yeah, the music is amazing, man. It's even when they showed that deep dive into the later levels, and I played a lot of those later levels in Boston, and it's an insane barrage of asteroids and UFOs zigging all over the place, and your spinners are dropping. And when the new spinners drop on the new one, instead of just and then blowing up everything, as they hit the ground, and then it's almost like a little robot scatters out and causes multiple explosions. It's really cool. Yeah, man, but great music. That's the one I still go back to, and maybe it's because I'm an old school guy, but no matter what they put out, they always go, well, what's your favorite now? I'm like, it's still ASTROSMASHED.
Still ASTROSMASHED, yeah.
And I know it's a pack in, but still trying
to
get
there's been a lot of bidding on that, man. That's hard, eh?
Really? You guys both lost it?
Yeah.
How much was it going for?
And put it this way, neither of us got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's wow.
We didn't know till later on. We got talking about it. So I was bidding against that too. And because somebody got it for some like $200 and whatever, $200 some dollars. It was crazy. It was, not worth that. That's Pete talking about me saying about it being actually early enough for him to watch it. It's still 12:30, 1:15 there.
Yeah. No, I really want. I'm really trying to pick up some more of the Blue Sky Rangers. Like I said, next week I'll let you know what I got for 125 of the original. Yep. But yeah, I want to get all the blue boxes for Blue Sky Rangers. So now I'm going to need Defender of the Crown, Stadium Mud Buggies. What is their total of 6? You have them all, don't you?
What's that?
All the Blue Sky Rangers blue boxes?
No, I don't. I don't have Party Time, and I don't have Mud Buggies yet.
Right.
Those last two, I don't. I've been buying when I'm picking up homebrew games. I'm picking up more obscure ones. They're going to be more difficult to get. I don't know that they're all that difficult to get, the Blue Sky Rangers games. Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's still lots of spikers. There's still lots of super King of the Mountains. There's still lots of deep pockets. And those have been, I grabbed those right off the get-go like 2 or 3 years ago. But there's still lots. Whereas other games come and go so quick that I've been sort of looking at other games. Or if older things pop up for a good price, I grab those instead. But definitely want Stadium Mud Buggies.
Yeah, that's I think I'm gonna get the Stadium Mud Buggies and the Spiker just so I have those.
Yeah.
Next, I know they're still selling them on their website and on collector and televisioncollector.com as well.
Yeah, Spiker's still 70, but or 60.
Yeah,
70, and the other two are down to $60. They went down $10.
Yeah, Patrick, I wish I had my Intellivision collection too. They said it's shipping out on the 25th, so yeah, it was delayed a lot.
That's still not out.
Only people that got Versus got it. Everyone else has been waiting since I don't know what, November. Wow, before that, actually, way before it was. Yeah,
shouldn't say anything, but mine's sitting right there, and I still haven't opened it.
Whoa, I'm so mad. No. The funny thing, the only thing is because I want to play Princess Quest because obviously I don't have Princess Quest. Oh, look at that collection.
The Founders, I still haven't opened the thing. I got to do a video and open
it. Pete says, what games would you guys like to see for Intellivision Collection 2? Now, I've said I have a few that I need on there, but my main one is poker and blackjack. Even if, I mean, obviously you got to make it a one player. I don't care. You know, I'm totally fine with that. I'm sure there's ways around it. Or you allow your bank amount to be 0 and enter for player 2 or whatever. You know how they used to do a one player. But because they should be able to do that, because you can pull up the controllers, because they're basically using JZN TV, I think, for that, where it pulls up the little controller grid. It looks exactly like it.
Yeah.
But I think bowling and poker and blackjack, I want them to figure out how to do a baseball where it just highlights your player that it's by. I think then they could pull that off. But if they can't do it, baseball is probably the worst to do with a normal controller. So I would say at least bowling and poker and blackjack, and maybe another space game.
To do that would almost be reprogramming. I don't think they'd be able to reprogram like that, though.
That's where it would be. You'd have to assign buttons instead of reprogramming. You know,
I've had lots of compilations, and I've had lots of various things. You know, the only game that I found that was a compilation that I found really worked well was this one right here, because you had that touch screen at the top. The
DS and OEB Pete says the same thing. He goes, "This is the best way to play modern Intellivision,
exactly,
on a modern system."
I collect the Xbox ones. I have other ones, but no, man, it's like I'm not worried about the Intellivision collection on the Evercade, because a system like that type of control mechanism is not ideal for most Intellivision games.
Right.
That's just my thoughts, right?
Yeah, so, I always want it to be on the controller. I mean, that to me, that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You know, when you basically the cool thing about that, it wasn't like people, I don't know, as I know people dog it and say it was the worst, and I loved it because it's what I grew up with. But having it was like your own little computer keypad. You know, it was like you entered number of players, number of money, bets, blah blah blah. Yep. It was just this whole little keypad, and it was like, and every time you put an overlay, it was like a new kind of keypad. I thought that was a genius. I thought it was a genius idea the way they did that. I really did.
It went from 1 button on the Atari 2600 to 17 on the Intellivision. I loved it too. I mean, that was just the way it was, right? But it's been the most difficult thing to copy onto a modern gaming controller.
Oh yes, Beauty and Beast would be great because the little hearts float out and
right,
and then he can eat seagulls for some reason.
Sure.
Yeah, why she shoots a heart out? It makes him glow red, and he eats seagulls and rats. So that's
right, and bats. That's
a weird one, and bats. Yeah. I used to love going to when I used to get bored as a kid. I'd just climb all the way to the top and then jump off. I just watch him go, and he just keep going past all the different screens, and then yeah, they do, man, they do. Yeah, Nintendo DS, and I actually did I order that one yet? No, because another thing I'm doing is every collection I'm ordering too. So I have a GameCube. I shouldn't give it away because I'm probably gonna do unboxing, but whatever. So I have the Xbox a collection of Intellivision Lives. So I got PS2 and GameCube on order, just to have all 3 collections, you know.
Yep, sure.
And I also should be having a PC collection coming in, which was a rare. I don't even think it can be run on a modern system anymore. It was like an old Windows operating system. And then so I got it cheap, but it's complete. And then the one I can't find right now is Intellivision Rocks.
That's a hard one. Yep.
That's
Intellivision Live. The original Intellivision Lives
or lives on PC as well.
Hard.
Yeah. But I couldn't find any of the PC games except the original. It was the Intellivision Classics, which is a really old.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a big yellow box with a bunch of the Spacer Armada people on it, and it says Intellivision Classics. So I cannot wait to get that. It just looks cool. Like I said, I think I'm going to basically make this shelving behind me. Instead of just storing all my systems and weird stuff, I'm going to have all the boxed Intellivision stuff.
Nice.
You know, so I got my IntelliVoice there from IntellivisionCollector.com. Yep. And I also got my Intellivision 2, and I'm going to have them all just kind of in here. And it's gonna look neat, man. I you know, as you, well, I shouldn't have to tell you, you love collecting as well. I love collecting and putting stuff on shelves. I know it's weird, but I do play it. I do love them to play them and stuff too. But
I
yeah,
don't understand
Popeye.
why. I get nothing out of doing that.
Yeah, right. Not at all. Not at all. Right. That's literally just a printout, right? It's just wallpaper.
It is. This is all green screen behind me.
Green screen. There it is.
Yeah.
Donkey
Coco
Kong.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong would be another one. Yeah, any of those Rescue the Maiden kind of games, I guess, would be. Oh boy, I knew this was going to come up. It's going. What that means in translation is I didn't make it last week to my buddy's desoldering station at his shop, so it's waiting. It's just this close. It's just me getting my lazy butt up there. No, I've been kind of working on building some arcades and trying to pay some bills, so that kind of took precedence over it. But the cool thing is, I finished one of the arcades, and now I got to get back to modding that. So that will I'm not going to make any promises, but hopefully this week I get to doing that, because now I have my shop's cleared out, so it's I actually can clean up. I'm about to clean up everything because I just got arcade parts and buttons and wires everywhere. I just got to literally go in there and clean everything out. Coco's looking at you like, what's going on? Oh, PS2. Oh, you had it signed by Tommy. Oh, that's cool. I never brought him anything to sign. And I had stuff, but I just didn't want. I should have done that. Like I mean, it's not like I won't see him again, but like I got an Earthworm Jim for Sega. I think I have a few that he's worked on. Cool Spot I have. I really like Cool Spot.
Cool Spot.
Like, I love that. I love that on the Genesis. Well, it was on Genesis and Super Nintendo, but
yeah, the Genesis version was the deluxe one, though, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Genesis was the great version of that.
Yeah.
Do you have a large Genesis collection, or do you just have like what you played?
I have 60 or 70, maybe.
That's not bad.
No, it's pretty good. It's all upstairs, away in a box, because they just ran out of space. It used to be up, basically. And I picked up quite a few after the fact, like after sort of my era of playing it. Back at the time, I played all sports games back then. I got a ton of sports games. I got like Jungle Strike, Urban Strike, Desert Strike, those games, stuff like that. Those are great games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay them, but they're not expensive games by any stretch. But I haven't got any of the real expensive games for the system. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The ones I grew up playing were obviously I have all the Sonics. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ever get Sonic 3? Why did I never get Sonic 3?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Sonic 1
you'd have to look. There's my Genesis right there.
I got the same. It's hooked up though, so I can't pull it, or it'll pull.
Mine's not hooked up because last time I hooked it up. This is my original one. The control would always go down or something like that, and they say that's very common. I got to get cleaned out. I really got to take it right apart, clean it all out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's cool. I love that original model too.
Yes,
that was like the original Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. That's the one I like. I have that one too. I later Sewer Sam. Oh, is that an Intellivision Sewer Sam?
Yeah.
Now, do you have the box for that?
I do. Okay. And I went to I should sell one. There's actually two different versions of the cartridge. This is like the variant.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a variant of Sewer Sam. Different type of one's more of a text cartridge. So I kept it because of that. And of course, you can't go there without
Poker and Blackjack. I love that game. Me and my cousin were playing. My other cousin, I was like, "Hey, want to play some blackjack?" He's like, "Yeah." So we were playing blackjack, five card draw. Like that's what I love the flashback for, is for little stuff like that. So is an Amico coming out at the end of the month? I don't know if the whole system is coming out at the end of the month. I know they're making an announcement of shipping the first units out. I know that. I mean, because that's what was said. A date would be given in a month by Phil. Yeah, I'm just hoping a few they could start putting units in people's hands so people could stop the stuff like it's a scam and it's terrible. Just once you see, that's why I can't wait to get a unit just to show it to everyone, and play it and just be like, this is what I was experiencing, and it's obviously real and fantastically fun, and it's cool and retro but brand new at the same time, and blah blah blah. But yeah, no, they said end of the month, so we're almost a couple weeks away, or actually less than a couple weeks away.
Yeah, really.
Cool spot. Yeah, I prefer
That's
that.
true. Yeah, very true, Pete.
Yeah, the Genesis, the lovely bass. I remember hooking up to hear through your stereo. It was always cool. Hooking your TV through your stereo so you could hear all the sounds in the bass. Yeah. I love that for PC Engine TurboGrafx. I loved listening to it through the stereo. And I did the same with my Nintendo. I guess I kind of did it since Nintendo. Having Tommy sign in a Amico physical box would be cool. I believe Thomas Bryant had him sign. It was the variant flipped coin card of the Brain Duel game. So it was assigned it. So he wrote like first Amico box game ever signed, and he signed it, and he goes, and first variant ever signed. So he's like, so he's got like this ultimate grail now, So
Go Game Go variant.
Yeah, the Go Game. Yeah, as it's called in the retro gaming community, the Go Game Go variant.
That's right.
Have you ever made your own overlay for a game? Oh, I remember doing that with paper as a kid, and obviously you just puncture a hole through it after a couple seconds. Yeah, I used to do that stuff. Yeah. The whole thing, and I said this kind of earlier. It does have some sort of effect, but once again, it's if the only thing you're looking at is literally YouTube, or you search and the YouTube stuff comes up, it's toxic. It is so bad. And it's probably the worst it's ever been. But in the real world, where they're actually a company and they have a product that is coming out, that's what matters. So, be that what you may, it's just sad that the only thing on YouTube, as soon as is crap, is talking crap on the Amico. Like I said, I still waiting for mine. I'm keeping my pre-orders because I was there at the beginning, and I hope to be one of the ones that gets it, so I could show everyone else, and then you can go, oh my God, when this thing starts getting into the mass public hands, I'm getting one. That's the main thing. I want to show everybody what it's about.
I say the people jumping off ship now, it's like the person who's looks across the lake and says, I'm going to swim over to the other side, and they swim 3/4 of the way, get tired, turn around and go back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my two pre. I got the wood grain founders, so I should be whatever gets shipped first. I'm on that list, and then whatever gets shipped, after that, like the VIPs, I'm actually on that list too. I got a graphite black VIP. I have a feeling VIPs will probably be later in the year or whatever. That's me just speculating. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know if they make any type of founders batches that are starting to ship, I'm going to be on that. So so I'm so glad that I got a founders. And I don't know if there was some that are available now. If anybody canceled, I don't know how that works.
They have a waiting list, but the waiting list is about 300 people.
Oh, is it?
There's 2,600 founders. As they cancel, they get taken off they take one off the list to contact the person. The last count. It's probably it's smaller now, maybe it's bigger. Who knows? But it's always been around 300 people.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, maybe you could see. But I was like, I don't think there's that many people that canceled. I think maybe I couldn't see that many people canceling that.
No, we'll see.
Yeah, especially with a 300 waiting list. I think, yeah. But yeah, so I'm stoked on that, man.
Hey, TV's House of Love.
Oh my goodness, I got to catch up here. I didn't get cool spot, but I did get shot. Okay, now I'm catching up here. Yeah, the base. Wait,
no. You got there.
There he is. There it is. I clicked on the wrong one. I'm on board. Have followed Amico since 2018. No, yeah. Why?
Yeah, that's right.
Why jump ship now? Like Papa Pete said, you don't want to do it now. You got it. You're gonna get it. Hey, Hasselhoff. Sorry, I'm so late on the chat here. Yeah, we'll get through it. It's very challenging for them. You got to remember they were releasing a system right as all this stuff hit, all this health stuff hit, and this pandemic hit, and it messed up things for 2 years. I mean, it's still really going. So it's like, and everybody's getting all the price of stuff is up. The price of manufacturing is insane. The price of parts, even after it's been secured a year or so ago, it's still, they're trying to raise it on people. And it's a struggle right now to manufacture stuff. It really is. But I cannot wait. I'm still on board. We need a name for the original Founders Edition, man. Wood Grain Rangers. I like that. The Wood Grain Rangers.
Why not?
Amen. I pre-ordered 3 of them. You got 3. You got Founders Edition VIP. Oh, you got the purple. See, I wanted to get the purple too. I still could, but I got 2, and I'm like, I got to watch my spending after I have 2, because I still got to pay the rest of it because I only put the $100 down.
That's right.
So if they contact me in a month or 2 or 3 or whatever it is, and go, oh, here we go, we're shipping, and I'll be like, oh, I got to get money in there. Classy gaming fun. Mr. Pete, how you doing, man?
The Pete's are all here again tonight.
All the Pete's in one place. Yeah, 2 years ago. Exactly. Yeah, see, it's only been a couple of years. I mean, they started
January 28th, 2020.
Yep. 3 Pete in the house. What was the Frogger 2? 3 deep?
3 deep, yeah.
Frogger 2, 3 deep.
3 deep.
3 deep. I'm in for the purple. Hope it's among the first to ship. I mean, this is me, and I could be completely wrong. Don't take me for my word, but I think your Founders Wood Grain is the very first to ship. I unfortunately, I think purple would probably be in like the 3rd wave of shipping. Just because of the way it is, because I think Founders is going to be the definite first, and then your VIPs would be your definite second. I don't know where purple is in it. It could be shipped. Who knows? Don't listen to me. But I'm just saying it won't be first. I know that. I know the Wood Grain Founders will be first if anything is coming out for this announcement.
I gotta ask: is that interview in French or German?
Oh, yeah, Hans, an interview in France Sunday. They're looking to put it on YouTube. You mentioned the end of the month announcement, system release for 2022. Yep. Yeah, because Phil has talked about that on Next Level Gaming as well. And on Retro Bros channel as well. We were talking to him, and he said he's definitely going to give us a date. He goes, he wants to do that and that's really going to, I think, make people happy as far as especially the first backers. Hans killed it yesterday. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. Don't miss out on the classic NT horse racing event. And is he having classic horse racing? Oh, Cy doing television horse racing on Wednesday. I will have to check that out. What am I doing? But when's? Well, it depends on the timing. If he does it before Amico Forever at 9:30, then I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, GameStop. See, I don't know what GameStop is and that whole thing. I hope so, though. That would be great, dude. I really want one of those purple ones too. Yeah, try price of shipping containers is going to be at least 5 times the cost. I know everything's went up, and that's why. That's the reason for all this, Yeah, me too, man. I'm not like right now, like I said, Mark, earlier, and again when people were asking us, like, it's just such a toxic place for anytime you search Amico on YouTube, that you just got to take that out of the equation and think, okay, what's happening really in the real world and not on just YouTube, and I know that stuff gets, out there too, but it's sad because they're a good, really good and strong company. Hans is in English. Oh, okay. There we go.
English or French were good. I just wouldn't have a clue about German.
Right. Love Hans' enthusiasm with the physical media. He's always holding it up in interviews. And I got 3 packs of them, 3 8-packs back there.
Yes, he did you? 3 of them.
Yeah, I heard there was like a connection to where he was at one point on that, but he didn't do all the decisions they did. I know that. But I don't even know how true that connection is or what's even that's about. But you got to remember, the dude was the president of Interplay, and signed the first games ever for Blizzard. So like whatever hiccup that a chameleon was on a resume is not going to matter when it comes to all the huge things this guy's done for the last like 35 years. So I think the guy's a great guy, a great dude, and I think he's a no BS kind of guy, and he's going to be like, this is it. This is what's shipping. This is coming out this date, you know. So I have all the faith in the world in Phil Adam, dude. Cyrus has a great horse racing show. He calls it The Race. It's awesome. Well, I missed the first one where they were like, go, go, go. And everybody was in the chat about picking a horse. And oh my God, that was fun. I caught the very end of it. Yeah, Pete, I think it was something like that. Yeah, he got out of that too, man. So I wouldn't blame him, man. It just
so talk. It was an unpaid position, and
yeah,
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the whole gist, but I know that it's not gonna. It doesn't mean anything. You know, he's been 100% successful in everything he's done, man. So I don't think that was a big part of his portfolio. I'll tell you that. The dude's pretty legendary. There you go. Oh, I didn't even know that. So Nick did. I have to check that out. I've been kind of slacking on videos. So Geeks from Cash gave a breakdown on the involvement. So there you go. I'll have to look at that. Cy is a Smurfy kind of guy. That'd be a cool new game. Smurfs. Redo the Smurfs game. The ColecoVision Smurfs.
That was done, as a homebrew, and it was a big controversy, right? They had a cease and desist on that. So that's why that's where Sidney Hunter came from.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So was it Payu or whoever owns Smurfs?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was nothing to do with the game. It was the Smurfs license itself. Like nothing to do with the Coleco game that was out back before. Yeah, it was Payu, right?
Yeah, but I have a Sidney Hunter game, and yeah, it is kind of, even the character has like the nose, and he's just missing the blue in the hat, right?
Yeah. So, but there are some Smurf games around, but there was an end put to them very quickly.
Oh well, there's Smurf game for the Series X. I wonder if it's an Xbox One too. I think that'd be a good looking game, just because they make it look like the, like the Smurfs cartoons. Yeah, you got 3 coming, buddy. I mean, I got 2, so I guess we've all ordered. Pete, did you order 2 or 3, or you got 2 as well?
Okay. I got 2 coming.
What was the other color besides the Founders one?
I got 2 Founders.
Oh wow! Look at you. You're gonna have $100 worth of free games too.
Yeah. I got 2 Founders coming.
Nice.
I jumped in. I was gonna keep one, or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, you got to use that card, right?
Yeah, right. That's. I mean, then you get to buy whatever else is out in the lot. I mean, we'll have you, because you got the 8-pack too,
I
right?
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have our 6 plus the 8.
Then I'm expecting another 6 or 7 games to be available that you can get, but there will be some that I won't necessarily want to. I'm not going to get the kids' games because I don't have any desire. But I may have ordered a couple.
Because you may have ordered a couple. I think you ordered a few, my friend. But that's awesome too. Yeah, it was a rough. Like I said, once again, it's rough on YouTube. That's kind of the length. I mean, I know stuff does trickle out with the bad information from it, but if you take that out of the equation, I wouldn't worry. The Smurfs mission. Smurfs mission.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't smell. I can't smell. No, I can't wait. I know there's more Sidney Hunter stuff.
There's 2 or 3 Sidney Hunter games, aren't there?
Yeah, the one I have is this is a Sacred Tribes is the one I have here.
I have one on my Ultimate. That's it.
Yeah. I know there was another. There was I can't remember the names of them, but I know. Yeah, I think there's a total of 3, 2 or 3. I know they're on other systems too, because I know they did an NES and Super Nintendo. They did a bunch of different versions of that, like CollectorVision.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to call it because we're about 5 minutes after the hour, and I got to go out and eat candy hearts and food and have a couple beers and
enjoy yourself.
And enjoy myself. And I'm going to bring this to give it to the lucky lady that I love the most, which is no one.
princess.
But she might be up there, so that's why I'm going to bring this. You got anything coming up on the channels that you want to plug?
Here's my Valentine right here. Coco. I've got a video coming out later tonight. I'm working on the thumbnail right now, and my computer is sort of like, I think it's having a slow burn death, and I'm having a hard time with Photoshop right now. I'm making the thumbnail, but it's just going to be a real simple little gameplay video like I did last time. I'm going to do some more Intellivision stuff coming up, but for now, I'm going to play a little bit of Mega Mania. So that's going to come up later. I'm going to be working on still decorating the Safecracker episode for the 125. Hopefully within 2 weeks that'll be out, which I think is the same thing I said last week. But I've been a little slow in videos lately. I've been a little slow, hard getting them out, but I got to get going. But check out those Indie Homebrew Awards. That was a lot of fun that night.
Very cool video. Very
great
cool
people
video.
In the chat, and we just had fun with it. It was myself and Jeff. Jeff ran the chat for us, and Luke from Television Collector joined me for the show.
Television Collector.
He was there for the expertise, man. He brought it. It. Yeah. So he had lots of neat things coming out of there as well. Out of Luke's corner, and Television Collector has a lot of expansions going on. Lots of new ROMs available there. Of course, Soro Gadlan won the big Game of the Year digital. Intellivision won Game of the Year physical, and they both won 2 other categories. So those are the 2 big winners, and you can buy Soro Gadlan right now for €17 from Kai Magazine, and Intellivision is going to be available soon from Rev. So that was a great show. I really enjoyed doing it. I was honored they asked me to do it, Chuck.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, man. Like it was just a really entertaining show, and just I mean, we talk about it. Kind of what we constantly talk about on the show. Like I could talk the whole show nothing but homebrews. Like I love that scene, and they do such a great job, and there's so much more coming. So like I said, I can't wait to fill the shelves with more homebrews and to play them.
And the scary thing is, like I said, 27 games come out in 2021. Well, there are so many games that were supposed to be out in 2021 that didn't get out because of this board shortage. 2022 is going to be a huge year, and they're working hard on the board shortage. If they solve that problem, which I really sincerely believe they're going to, then 2022 is going to be a massive year for Intellivision homebrews.
Oof, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. That being said, I hope everybody has a very happy Valentine's Day. Eat some chocolates, or not. I don't know.
Smell the roses.
Or smell the roses. This is a fake one. I don't want to smell this one. I'll sneeze. There's dust on it. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.